kick. I'm not so sure we'll see one better than that for many, many a year. Quite exquisite.
An absolutely stunning shot. Barthez, well, he was as much a spectator.
Yes, that was a spectacular one from Roberto Carlos of Brazil against the Le Bleu of France in one of those games in France 98. In the finals, it was 3-0 against the Brazilians. They met before the finals, and France had to just get the job done in the finals. 3-0 against them. Fantastic goal from Roberto Carlos. If you remember him very well, he played for the Real Madrid of the White Angels in Spain. Big one, big player, doing what he knows how to do. One of the best left footer in the world back in his playing days. All right, on that note, I welcome you to the show 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi, and I have two guests that will be joining me. When they are ready, they will join me on the show from Bida and Plateau State precisely. But let's start from the home front, where the Super Falcons camp will open ahead of the titanic battle, the clash against the Banyana Banyana of South Africa for one of the tickets, two tickets from they are fighting for. That's from the African, from the Confederation of African Football region for the Paris 2024 Olympics Women Football event. Now, after the release of the squad where we have Chiamaka Nadozie, Tutu Eluehi, we have Deborah Abiodun, Halimat Anyide coming back to the team. Ihezu also, Chinwendu Hezo getting the record back to the team. The camp will be opening on Sunday ahead of this clash against the South African ladies for one of the tickets to the Paris 2024 Olympics women football event. I know the last time we were at the Olympics, that the Super Falcons, was in 2004. That was Sydney 2004 in Australia, and eventually after 2004, 2008 we were not there, 2012 we were not there, 2016 we were not there, and 2020, the last one in Tokyo, the Super Falcons also did not qualify. But this time around, it's a big task ahead of us against the South African ladies. At least if we can get the better of them in the two-legged qualifiers. The first leg will be coming up on the 5th of April, while the reverse fixture will be 4 days later, that is on the 9th, right there in Pretoria, South Africa. So the Super Falcons have a very big battle ahead of them, and that is why the camp will be opening early enough on Sunday to prepare for this particular crunch counter against the Banyana Banyana of South Africa. Big one. Also, Morocco and Zambia will be slugging it out for the other ticket. At least out of these 4 teams, 2 of them will make it to the Paris 2024 Olympic women's football event. I don't know if Isaac Omidiji from Bida is ready to join us on the show. All right, once he's ready, who will be coming up on the show? All right, still talking about the Paris 2024 Olympic qualifier for the Super Falcons. For the Banyana Banyana South Africa coach, that is Desiree Ellis, she has come out to say yes, it's going to be tough here in Abuja where they will meet with the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Before this game, she has also been talking tough that it's not going to be an easy one. But because the last time out they came to Nigeria during the Aisha Buhari maiden edition, that's in competition, they came here, they defeated Nigeria and lifted the trophy on our soil. So she has been talking tough, but this time around it's going to be a different ball game. And the Super Falcons also haven't show how powerful they are in the World Cup, and then on the continent of Africa, we know Super Falcons are #1. We are the giant when it comes to women's football on the continent of Africa. But for Desiree Ellis, she has been saying yes, it's going to be tough when they visit Abuja on the 5th of April against against Super Falcons. And you know, the return leg, she's also calling on fans for the return leg that will happen in Versfeld, Pretoria, to come out in their numbers to support the ladies. So it's a big one. All right, we have Isaac Omidiji from Bida joining us on the show this morning. Isaac, welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV.
Good morning, Emmanuel. Thank you very much.
Okay, the Super Falcons camp will be thrown open on Sunday. Now, what's your take about that? These girls, the camp will be opening on Sunday, and you know the big one ahead of us against the Banyana Banyana of South Africa on the 5th of April.
The ladies are going to play two very important games among all the games in their career so far. It's not the most important, but one of the most important games because.
Okay, well, if you can hear me, if you can hear me, Isaac, your audio is not really coming out. We can't hear you, so just have to work on that. So I said the big one will be coming up on Sunday, and over the weekend on Sunday, the girls will be coming to camp. And also, the coach has been saying, that is Desiree Ellis of South Africa, that the encounter in Abuja is going to be a very tough one. So let's see how this is going to pan out at the end of the day. All right, moving away from that story, let's quickly look at this one on the continent also. That is the CAF Confederations Cup. The first leg will be happening at the Godswill International Stadium in Uyo, where Rivers United will welcome USM Algiers of Algeria in the first leg of the CAF Confederations Cup quarter-final game. So the Rivers United will be playing their first leg at the Godswill International Stadium here in Uyo, and it's a very big one for the pride of Rivers, and the only Nigerian team still remaining on the continent. All right, we have Isaac back with us. Isaac, sorry we couldn't hear you, but thank God you're back with us. We were looking at the Super Falcons camp that will be opening on Sunday ahead of the game against the South African ladies.
Yes, thank you, Emmanuel, and I hope you can hear me very well now. My opinion before the.
Okay, we can't still hear you. Please work on your audio. We can't still hear you. If you can hear me, please work on your audio. Maybe you change the your position or the earpiece you're using so that we can hear what you are saying loud and clear. All right, going ahead with the story. That is USM Algiers now. That is Juan Carlos Garrido. He is saying that they want to beat Rivers United here in Nigeria when they come visiting for the first leg of the CAF Confederations Cup quarter-final game. Well, that is not left for Rivers United, for Sterling Eguma to see if definitely they will allow the defending champions, though they are the defending champions, to come here, to come to Nigeria and get a victory in the first leg of the CAF Confederations Cup, which is going to be an uphill task for both teams. But when it comes to continental engagement, the North African teams normally have the upper hand against their West African counterparts. But let's see how Rivers United is going to respond to this by Juan Carlos Garrido, saying that yes, they target a victory against Rivers United at the Godswill International Stadium in Uyo. Well, I want to actually see if they can, well, like I said, it's not left for Rivers United to respond to this, and definitely if they want USM Algiers to come down here to Nigeria and get the win. All right, we have Abba Michael all the way from Plateau State joining us on the show. Michael, welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV.
Yeah, thank you very much. Talking about USM Algiers, they are the defending champions.
Michael, I can't
apart from
hear
being the
you.
defending
If
champions,
you can hear me.
Able to beat Al
work on your audio also, because we're having.
I don't know if you can hear me clear.
Okay, I can hear you now, Michael. Welcome to 360 Sports. Let's quickly look at this story. We started with the Super Falcons. The camp will be opening on Sunday.
Yes, I mean, this is a must-win for Nigeria. Since Beijing 2008, we've not been able to make it to the Olympics. And so we'll find the World Cup easier. We'll find the WAFCON easier than to qualify for the Olympics. So this is a major task. I heard Randy Waldrum from his base in US saying that making a list of the players that should be in camp. I think it's high time for Waldrum to make his way to camp as well. We want him in Abuja. It's a double header, 5th and 9th of April. We want him to do something right to ensure that we don't risk disqualification as we have been used to. I mean, we have top stars, Asisat Oshuala, Rashida Ajebade. Why should the Olympics be eluding us? Every athlete's dream is to play in the Olympics, no matter how successful they are in their careers. and so they have to get it right. They've lost 3 of the last 4 matches against Banyana Banyana. Coach Desire Ellis has been 3-time coach of the year. And so we are going against a gigantic opposition, whether we like it or not. And we need to turn the table. The last time we met at the WAFCON, we lost to South Africa in 2022. So the tide has to change now. So the Coach Waldrom has to change strategy to ensure that we neutralize Coach Desire's strategy.
Okay, you have to just do all they can to see that we get that victory against the Banyana Banyana of South Africa. Okay, let's leave that story. We were looking at the CAF Confederations Cup, where Rivers United will be playing USM Oja in the first leg of the quarterfinals at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo. And the coach of USM Oja, that is Juan Carlos Garrido, says they target victory against Rivers United here in the country. Do you think Rivers United will fall a prey? They are the defending champion. We cannot take that away. They won the last title, and now they are into the quarterfinals also playing our own Rivers United.
Yeah, I mean, it's always an uphill task. It's always a Herculean task to merge both the CAF Confederations Cup and the Nigerian Premier Football League at the same time. We see.
Okay, well, okay. I think Isaac is ready. Isaac, please. I believe your audio is okay now. Just react to the Super Falcons and then about Rivers United playing USM Ojas in the first leg here in Nigeria.
Yes, 2 difficult games for 2 Nigerian sides, one a club side and one a national team. Talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria, it's not going to be easy against the Banyana Banyana. Remember that the Banyana Banyana are the greatest, as far as I'm concerned, most difficult side for the Super Falcons on the continent. Not even Cameroon, not even Ghana. I fear the Banyana Banyana most because over the years, they have intentionally improved women football in that country. And we've seen the results. Even in women confederations, CAF competitions, CAF Cup, you've seen that clubs of South Africa are doing well and dominating proceedings. So it has also translated to the national team. And just the way Mike has said, we have a coach Ellis, who has been there with the girls for a couple of years, who know the girls very well, who has been able to transform that team and make them very strong. So we are playing more of a compact team than Super Falcons that we are still yet to build a team, but more of individual star players that will be relying on to probably their moment of magic to turn things around. So in Abuja, when they come, it's unfortunate that we're not able to get the kind of support. The Super Falcons will not be able to get the kind of support the Banyana Banyana will get in Pretoria. Abuja is not a place where you expect people to troop out to go watch football games. So this time around, no matter how free the gate is thrown open, I don't see the stadium being filled capacity. But no matter what it is, Nigerians should go out there and support the Super Falcons.
But I'm going to tell you this for free, that fans in Abuja love football, and we will all be there on the 5th of April. Now, for the Rivers United game against USM Ojas, big one also, first leg quarterfinal here, and Juan Carlos Garrido says they are looking forward to get all the victory in the first leg here at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium.
I will not be surprised if they eventually get the victory, because this is a side that has defended the title. This is a side that is very solid. This is a side that also parades some of the players playing for the national team. This is a side that have won not just 1, 2, 3 continental titles. They have been there over the years, and the manager is so confident. When you play the North Africans, either in your home or away, you should be wary of their tactics. They can be very, very tactical on the pitch, and they can come with some theoretical, actions just to frustrate you. So for Rivers, this is the toughest game so far. If they can scale through US Ojas, then they should be able to do everything possible to ensure that they go far. But for Rivers United, it will be very difficult for them. I wish that it will not be embarrassing in the 2 legs, because US Ojas are a tough side to play.
Okay, USM Oja a tough side to play. Let's move away from that story and talk about the Super Eagles, where coach Finidi George says he's not under pressure to coach Super Eagles. I don't know how true is that. We saw the two friendlies against the Eagles of Mali and the Black Stars of Ghana. One win and then one win, one loss. FIFA ranking, we are now 28 on the continent, as in the world rankings, and then third in Africa behind Morocco and Senegal.
You know, if it's under pressure, you will not see it. But coming this close to managing the Super Eagles, Finidi will not tell me he's not interested. He will not tell me the pressure is not there. And if the pressure is not there, we don't have taken some actions they took in those two friendly matches. Remember, Emmanuel, when we previewed those two games, one of the questions you asked was, what are you expecting? I said, let us see new players. French players should be given time. These are friendly matches. We should be able to see new players and their ability and what they can do. Unfortunately, Finidi didn't do it. Finidi is more concerned about winning those two matches with so-called best players probably he has known or has worked with under Pretoria. And you know, he didn't even give chance to some other new players that were invited that deserved the chance to even play. And it was surprising. Unfortunately, he couldn't win against Mali despite the tactics he used. He only made 2 substitutions. Pressure is definitely on Finidi, but he will not admit it.
Pressure is on Finidi, but he will not admit it. All right, let's move away from that story and quickly look at this one, where the Confederation of African Athletics is now is persuading Ghana to host the 2026 championship after what they saw at the African Games, that the just concluded African Games, where Ghana actually put up, despite all the hitches, they put up a very memorable event, hosting one of the best African Games so far that went down in Ghana just over the weekend. Michael, I believe why the Confederation of African Athletics is saying Ghana is persuading Ghana to host the 2026 championship is because of what they saw at the just concluded African Games. Michael.
Yes, I mean, the Ghanaians have proven that they are truly an organized country, organized nation of sports, and that was why they were able to deliver the goods. Ghana came 6th position with 19 gold medals in the just concluded African Games. And if you look at the world, you would see that Athens hosted the World Championships, and later they did the Olympics in 2004. Beijing hosted the Olympics in 2008. Much later, they now hosted the World Championships. The same goes to London 2012, and then later on they hosted the World Championships. So it's a normal thing for a country to host a tournament and then want to proceed to host the next related tournament. So I think it's well deserved. They should be given their flowers for a job well done. It was a hitch-free African Games, and I'm impressed that a West African side has what it takes to host a continental event. So Ghana, in my opinion, have all the right to bid for it.
Have all the right to bid for it. I don't know if Isaac agrees with you on this, but in my own opinion also, I believe Ghana tried. They put up one of the best African Games. Isaac, if you look at it, sincerely speaking, I think despite the delay and whatever, Ghana was able to stage an event that actually caught the eyes of the world.
Well, it's subjective, and it depends on where you're looking at it from. You know, I told you, I think the last time we discussed about this, that I'm a bit disappointed in Ghana because despite the postponement, many things were not still set. Don't forget the embarrassment of hockey, where the hockey pitch was not ready even till the tournament commences, and South Africa hockey team have to pull that. Don't forget some of the embarrassing electrical issues they have. It is not one of the best on the continent of Africa. If you look at all the African Games that have been held by various countries, no. But the fact that in terms of track and field, I give it to them. They did very, very well. And the fact that they even used their university facilities, speaks volume. That is the aspect I'm even more, impressed about. Don't forget that a lot of Ghanaians are still complaining that the money spent on the African Games cannot be justified. So would they be willing to see their government spend another money to host another event in 2026, as close as that? Not whether just the way the economy of Nigeria or other African countries are struggling, that's also the way Ghanaian economy is also struggling. So will the people of Ghana be willing to see their government spend a lot of money again for another Africa showpiece? That is the question. I think the government of Ghana will also be on pressure in this time around.
All right, the government of Ghana will also be on pressure this time around. Let's move over to the next story. We're still talking athletics. This man is now fast becoming the, in fact, is now becoming the toast of the track. That is Slated of Botswana, after creating history in the season opener for 2024, clocking a time of 30.69 meters, a world record. That is in the 300 meters this season, making him one of the fastest this time around. And also at the ASA event just days ago, where he defeated Kenya's fast man, that is Omanyala. He beat Omanyala with a time of 19.94 seconds. Michael, this is one area I know you yourself, you are an athlete. But for Leslie Tibogo, it's now becoming, fast becoming a man that people are now liking to the lightning Usain Bolt.
Yes, no doubt. He is the Usain Bolt of Africa, and he's about to announce himself to the world, even though he has done that already. He owns the African record in 19.50 seconds, a record held by Frankie Fredericks for many years. Right now, he ran a 44.29 in 400 meters. That is the fastest in the year. He also ran a 30.69 seconds in the 300 meters, a record that was owned by Usain Bolt recently, with Van Niekerk a few years ago, and Michael Johnson about 20 years ago. And so he is shattering all records available. And he may be the first sprinter in history to go a sub 43, sub 43, 42, 44, and then go sub 19, and then sub 10. Tibogo is one guy I'm tipping to beat the great Noah Lyles when the World Championships come calling. I think he's the darling of athletics right now. If you watch the 200 meters that he won in 19.94 seconds, he was practically jogging. He never entered gear 4. He was on gear 2, and then his 0.94 seconds. In the 400 meters, that 44.29 he ran, he coasted the last 15 meters. And so you are looking at the guy who is capable of breaking all the track records from 100 meters to 400 meters. I think Noah Lyles should be scared right now, because this kid is about to take his shine away from him.
Yes, this kid is about to take his shine away from me. Isaac, for this man, sincerely speaking, I think he has been watching Usain Bolt closely, and I believe he has been watching the clips of Usain Bolt, in my own opinion, because the way he runs, I think he has the same attributes and qualities of Usain Bolt.
Yes, and the same spirit. And I believe, even though I'm not seeing it behind the scene, he must be preparing the same way Usain Bolt prepared. You know, just the way Michael said, he was practically jogging in that 200 meters. And that was just the same thing Usain Bolt has done. He has already won the race and realized that there's nothing to even fight for. He jogged all through to the crossing line. So it's very important that we have a lightning star from Africa. This time around, not Jamaica, not from US, and not from England, but from Africa, from Botswana, for that matter. Breaking records in 3 different events. That's massive. This is not just 100 meters, just 200, and just 400. No, combined. And just as Michael also said, this is a guy that will break all the records from 100 to 400 in the nearest future.
Okay, that might not just be far away again. Okay, let's quickly leave Leslie Tibogo and go straight to the Women's Champions League quarterfinal second leg that were played last night. Games went down last night, and Barcelona Femenino beat Brown Women 3-1 to end it on a 5-2 aggregate. They qualify for the semi-final, joining Chelsea and the likes in the semi-final. For PSG also, they defeated Haken Women 3-0 to end on a 5-1 aggregate. That's for the Women's Champions League second leg. So Barcelona and PSG joined Chelsea and co in the semi-final of the Women's Champions League. Let's leave that and look at today's fixture. Just two fixtures. The FIFA window, the FIFA break is over, and now players are returning back to their respective clubs in Europe and every other part of the world. We'll just have two games tonight, in one in Spanish La Liga and the other one in French Ligue 1. Cadiz against Granada, that is in La Liga, while Luxley will take on Lens, that is in the French Ligue 1. And that is where we'll be leaving it on the show this Friday. Thanks Michael and Isaac for joining up on the show. That is it on the program 360 Sports. I am Emmanuel Fashimin. Say thanks for watching.
Happy Easter, everyone.